Hello and welcome to our podcast where today we are celebrating the 30th anniversary of one of the greats. Don't even at me. It's Home Alone time. I am Detective Artemis.
As always, it's me, your boy K.
And this is Drink to a Decade.
Freeze frame. Oh, I froze frame.
No. All right. So, Home Alone. Dude, it has been 30 years, man. You are old as shit.
Well, you're fucking older than I am.
That's not the point. That's not the point.
I thought this was a podcast. I did not come
No, it's turned into a roast session. Here we go. No, dude. So
no, yeah, the movie's almost as old as we are, which is fucking crazy, you know, because I don't even remember seeing it till it was probably like 7 or 8 was the first time I saw it for like actual, like, you know, it was one of those Christmas movies we used to watch. So I think my family showed that to me to sort of put the fear of them leaving me behind to go places,
right?
Which they did often, but
that's just part of growing up.
Yeah, you know, you're
I don't
a kid.
I don't like Kevin such a bitch about it.
You know what? If my family left me home alone for a couple of days, I would look at that shit. I would do everything that I wasn't supposed to. Like, I'd be having a wild ass time. But he was all sad because his family left him.
Well, he was sad at the end. He was pretty happy in the beginning.
Well, yeah, because 2 adults were trying to kill him for a few days.
Yeah, he had a rough couple of nights. But I remember watching it as a kid as well. I was probably around maybe 5 or something.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand everything that was really going, like, I guess in like, you know, like stuff they were saying, like, you know, the obvious jokes you understand when you're older later. But I knew that this kid was cool. He's beating up these adults. He's using these cool traps and all this stuff.
Yeah, it was Macaulay Culkin. He was the coolest kid actor in the fucking 90s.
This dude is like synonymous with the 90s. And I'm like, I wish I could be like him. And it never happened, but that's fine. But it holds a lot of nostalgia for me, and I'm sure a lot of other people as well. It is definitely one of the best Christmas movies of all time.
It's up there with Die Hard.
Is Die Hard a Christmas movie though?
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Okay,
it's an undisputed fact.
I don't care enough about Die Hard to dispute that. Die Hard's a pretty fun movie. But yeah, for me, it's a Christmas Story, and then by a couple of hairs, it's Home Alone are my favorite Christmas movies. Oh, and Gremlins as well. You
know what? I got you with that too. Christmas Story is my holiday movie. Like, it's not Christmas until I watch that.
I got to see Ralphie shoot his eye out, man.
You got to see it. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. You know, it's fucking synonymous with it. It's not Christmas until you see that. Especially out here in California with no snow. You gotta make the holidays yourselves, you know?
Snow way, indeed. Dude, so with Home Alone, you have, you know, the main movie, which is a lot of slapstick comedy. And I think I'm a big fan of slapstick, although it can be kind of like overdone and stupid at times. But here, it was pretty fun, and I think it really set up the tone for more people of our generation to sort of appreciate slapstick a little bit more.
Well, I think especially at that time in the 90s, like the comedy was definitely that was more where we were in terms of comedy. Like I always say it. I say it to our producer Ernie that I think comedy it's constantly evolving, and things that we found funny back then don't necessarily translate to today. But I think Home Alone was one of those movies that had the right amount of comedy that we were fucking enamored with back in the early 90s. That if they're doing the remake, it's going to be different. I don't think they're going to do it as slapstick because Disney wants their fucking money.
Oh, we'll get to that remake in a bit. Yeah. We'll get to that remake. But I loved Home Alone because it has the slapstick humor and has the memorable character and the iconic scenes and the aftershave moment. Which was apparently improvised by Macaulay himself.
Genius 12-year-old.
He was actually 8.
Or 8-year-old. Whatever, however old he was.
And then the movie still has like a lot of like heart to it at the end. Like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I do get a little gooey when like he reunites his mom, whatever, you know, that's cool. I mean, I wish I knew what it was like to have a mom embrace me like that, but that's not the point, neither near or there.
Yeah, you know, I've been left at home for several days unattended at a young age, and my mom came back and got mad at me because I was outside playing, alerting the whole neighborhood that there was no parental supervisories going down.
What an inconsiderate asshole you were.
I was 3, so yeah, I was really inconsiderate.
You should know better, man.
You know what? I should have known better as a 3-year-old not to go outside.
Let's talk about some of the crew involved in Home Alone. So we have John fucking Williams, the master composer who has composed at least 90% of our childhood movies.
Yeah.
Here he is again.
He's, like you said, 90% of our childhood movies. Whatever, is he still doing? Like,
he's still alive. Yes.
Is he making movies? Like, but I mean, is he like composing for movies now?
From what I know,
what's the last thing he did?
The last one he did was wasn't it Rise of Skywalker?
That's not that's a terrible leg to go out on. Like, let's not. Equate.
No one's gonna remember him for like the sequel.
Well, yeah, true is this. You know, the man's got
we got Jaws,
just like a whole catalog of prolific work. And then you have Rise of Skywalker, and that's it was unfortunate of him. It was an unfortunate.
Dude, one day we are just gonna completely rant on the entire Star Wars franchise, or even just a sequel trilogy.
Days. Days. It's not gonna be.
But not today. No. You are promised Home Alone. So let's go back to the crew. We have directed by Chris Columbus, the 15th century Italian explorer.
Who accidentally found America.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. Not that Chris Columbus.
Who we never
obviously
celebrate anymore.
No, it was, he also directed, well, actually, he also wrote The Goonies.
Oh, tight,
and he wrote Gremlins. So
this dude's just, excluding the Goonies, but he's got a special thing for Christmas movies, clearly.
Yeah, and he also directed movies like, I think he did Adventures of Babysitting. You ever seen the movie?
No, I never saw that one.
Yeah, I have my notes, but it was also written by John Hughes. Who is the guy of the quintessential 80s movies. So you got Pretty in Pink, Breakfast Club, pretty much anything Molly Ringwald was in, he was doing it.
Yeah, so you have most of the 80s movies.
So you have a lot of like crew.
It's going to be a controversial thought, but I hated all those movies.
You hated Breakfast Club?
Yeah, I hated the Breakfast Club.
How dare you?
Oh, it just didn't hold any interest.
Okay. So Chris Columbus also directed Mrs. Doubtfire.
All right, now if you would have led it with that, that's Robert Williams.
Robert Williams.
Yeah, Robert Williams.
Woo!
We've been drinking to the decade, y'all. Excuse me for slurring a little bit. No, but Robin Williams, I mean, that was classic Williams, cross-dressing and everything. Yeah. British Nanny, y'all.
Back when it was fun to cross-dress.
Back before, there was a
He was doing it for his kids, okay?
He was doing it for his children.
And then
his wife was kind of a bitch. Let's be real.
You leave Sally Field alone.
She was kind of a bitch.
Yeah, she kind of was. But Pierce Brosnan, though.
Yeah, he was kind of a dick.
He got to clap some cheeks, though.
I mean, he was, let's be real. Pierce Brosnan came up with that British accent.
Actually, I think he's Irish.
Is he Irish?
Yeah.
I could have sworn he was British.
Oh, they're from the UK.
European, all right. He's a sexy, suave motherfucker, and he's the James Bond lead.
Sally Field fell for the James Bond charm.
She should have stuck with Genie.
And then also he directed the first two Harry Potter movies. So, Sorcerer's Stone.
Okay, well, I hated all the Harry Potter movies.
So he really set the tone for the Harry Potter movies before they got darker and stuff. But see, he's also noted for that. Oh, and also John Hughes. He also did Weird Science. You ever see Weird Science?
Weird Science.
I love Weird Science, dude.
All right.
And Ferris Bueller.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. All right.
So that's some of the notable crew behind it. And then we got, of course, the actors themselves. Joe
Pesci.
Fucking Pesci.
Which is such a fucking departure from everything I had ever known him to do at the time.
Yeah.
He's always this foul-mouthed, hardcore mobster or mobster adjacent. And then you just see him as this hapless criminal in fucking Home Alone who can't, of all the shit he's done in every movie he's ever made, all the mob movies, he can't take one kid out. He's getting served up by an 8-year-old.
Damn, man.
In the suburbs.
He's looking like a geek like that. So, going back to Joe Pesci, it's like to this day, per Chris Columbus, an interview he did recently, Joe Pesci still gets asked and talked like about Home Alone. Like Scorsese, when they were doing The Irishman, people were in the streets talking to Joe Pesci about Home Alone, not fucking Goodfellas,
so
not
weird.
Casino. It is weird.
Scorsese movie and a Scorsese press run.
Scorsese did like some of Joe's best work.
Robert De Niro and Al Pacino and Joe Pesci. And then you have them. Hey, what was Macaulay Culkin like as a child?
Yeah, like I don't know how to take that. Like that's cool, but it's also like I've also done these movies as well. But apparently he was really cool about it. So that's awesome.
You know what? I've actually heard he's actually a pretty nice dude, with fans and everything. Not how he's portrayed on screen. Obviously.
I definitely don't want to call him funny.
Yeah, I would never do that.
What do you mean funny? Funny how?
You get murdered. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah, so then we have him, and then we have Daniel Stern, who I know him from. There's a movie called it came after Home Alone, but it was called Bushwhacked? He's like it's like a desert slapstick where he's like walking with these kids.
Daniel Stern's the Joe Pesci's partner.
Yeah, Marv.
Marv. I know him from some other movies. I really can't think of him right now, but he's come out in a few things. I want to say he was in 101 Dalmatians, the live action one, but don't hold me to that.
I also know him from Rookie of the Year. You ever see that one?
No.
Where the kid that broke his arm, he's playing baseball, and like he broke his arm, and he has like this special like super ability where he can throw the ball really fast, like pitch it really fast.
No, dude.
Okay. Well, now I feel old.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's in the 90s, so it's not that old. 90s, not
You're
that
old as shit, man. Like,
Anyways, we also have the likes of, Captain O'Hara, the mom from Beetlejuice.
absolutely, yeah.
And then we have John Hurt, who is Mr. McCallister. He was also the bad guy in Big.
Oh, okay.
Remember?
Dude, that's okay. That's where he's fucking from.
And he was also
Nice.
in Sharknado, but don't worry about that.
Oh, yeah, I never watched any of the Sharknadoes. If I'm being honest, the premise was just too ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't want to get into that.
Yeah.
And then obviously Macaulay Culkin. He before this movie, he was in what was called Uncle Buck with John Candy, where he was kind of playing like a similar role, like a smart ass like kid who's like a little too mature for his age. And that's kind of where how he got the role for this.
That was honestly what I seen, because wasn't he in what is it, My Girl?
Yeah. That was after Home Alone.
That was after, but that was like a similar
his
setting.
Glasses.
For him.
He can't see without his glasses.
With the exception of like Richie Rich, that was well, not even still. He was a smart ass kid with a ton of comedy. He had a shit ton of money. So yeah, that's just Macaulay Culkin's typecast in the 90s.
Just some smart ass kid.
Yeah, good actor. He was the Robert Downey Jr. of 90s children actors.
It's bold, man. Now that he's trying to do a comeback and all.
So now he's got to compete with the other Culkins. I forget their names.
It was Rory, who was in Signs.
Which one was he was in Signs?
He was the brother.
It's been a minute since I watched Signs.
That was him. He had the dead behind the eye, Culkin eyes.
Oh shit, dude. Fuck.
He was in that, and then he was also in Scream 4. He was one of the killers. Spoiler, I don't give a shit. But yeah, he was in that. And
you haven't seen it by now. You're fucking up.
And then his other brother, I forget his name. He was in Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, I know that one. That's the Culkin. And then he was in Scott Pilgrim. He was
also in Home Alone as well. He was the cousin who wets the bed.
Oh shit, was he?
That was him too.
Macaulay Culkin looking out for his little brothers.
Yeah, dude. So they're all over the place.
Yeah.
Now we got the sequels. We got Home Alone 2, which I think was fine. To me, it's the Ghostbusters 2 of sequels. Like, it was nowhere near as good as the first one, but it was still pretty enjoyable.
The path, and then every other Home Alone after that was, Macaulay. I don't know what. Maybe he got too old or he wasn't cute. Probably going through puberty at the time. I don't fucking know, but they came out with, I think, 5 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for them to do Home Alone 2, it was a no-brainer. They're going to get a ton more money this time around because the first one was massive.
Such a box office success. Yeah.
And then we got part 3 with that one kid with the fucking super classic 90s hairstyle. And then Scarlett Johansson was the sister.
You know what? And I've only seen that movie a couple times when I was a child, because that's when it fucking came out. So I didn't even realize Scarlett Johansson was in it. And it's so crazy just going back, rewatching some stuff lately and seeing her. It's like, holy shit, look at that. That's a young ScarJo. There she is. What's she doing here?
Little does she know.
All right.
And then he had like 2 more like movies after that, and then now we have the remake coming out.
The remake. Disney's trying to get that Home Alone money, y'all.
And Christopher Columbus said it himself. He was like, dude, this is a waste of time. Like, why would you? He's pretty much against it. Like, pretty much all of us are.
Yeah.
And like, how would a movie like Home Alone, like, do you think it would hold up today? Like, if like our Home Alone was released today, do you think it would be like received as well as it did?
I think it would, if it was the exact same movie that was released then. If that came out today in the exact same way, I really don't think it would. It would be totally different, because I mean, like, let's just take technology into account. 20 minutes into the movie, everybody's at the airport. Kevin's like hops on his fucking phone. It's like, hey mom, what the fuck are you? Oh shit, we're at the airport. Here, I'm gonna call you an Uber. You'll be here in 20 minutes. Into the movie.
Yeah.
There's no Home Alone.
So how is this movie going to work today? Like, how?
I'll tell you how. And it's the one true salvation that Home Alone can receive at this point.
I'm excited to hear this.
Michael Bay has to direct it. All right. Kevin is going to go from run-of-the-mill hijinks to fully automated weapons, explosives, and murder. All right. No one's safe. All right, you gotta lean into that grizzly side of things. All right, you gotta pump the gas for these people.
I don't know. I'm picturing like a Shia LaBeouf character.
Maybe he's got a couple tattoos as a 10-year-old. Maybe this kid's done some hard time and he's picked up some shit.
Can you imagine if like the likes of Zack Snyder were to direct Home Alone?
Oh my god!
All those slow motion hits,
dude. The cinematics for that would be fucking crazy though. Like Home Alone, and that would I need honestly just anything to make it a little bit more grittier and edgy. But you'd have to
take out all the color.
You'd have to upgrade that rating to R. Home Alone rated R. This time it's Kevin's turn to rob.
Rob you of your lives.
He just shows up outside the Sticky Bandits house. He's like, it's my turn.
You're thirsty for more. He fucking cocks his like actual shotgun this time.
Oh shit, that would be good. I would watch that honestly, dude.
So with that being said, like. Obviously, the remake is more than likely odds are against it. It's gonna be bad. And
it's probably gonna be really terrible.
I don't even know if they started casting yet or if it's still like in like pre-production. But I don't know. But everyone and like the director are against the idea. So we'll see how that goes. And then we also have Ryan Reynolds' Stoned Alone coming out as well.
Is that like a real thing?
Yes.
Yeah. I've not heard.
It's gonna be a stoner version of Home Alone. So again, what the fuck? I don't know. It's Ryan Reynolds, so like I'll wait to see it. But
so is it just some guy smoking in his house, then getting paranoid that there are people, but at the end, it's nobody really there?
I don't know. Maybe.
I feel like we can pitch a script. We just have to producer Ernie.
I think it's got greenlit.
We just have to follow Andy. Just have to follow Andy for 20. Just have to follow Andy for an hour. Just write what he does.
Just document his life.
There it is.
Document his life and they have
Stoned Alone.
And they put like a British narrator over it.
Who would we get? Yeah.
Sure that's what it's gonna be.
Man. So yeah, I don't know, dude. You have all this weird stuff in development, but it's with that being said, Home Alone has made a tremendous impact on us, people, films, and Christmas movies. So that's amazing. What's one of your favorite scenes from it?
I love how these two adults can't break into or kill an 8-year-old.
That's the plot. That's not the scene.
That's the whole thing. That's my favorite thing about it. Because if I'm an adult and I really put my mind to it, I'm pretty sure I can take out an 8-year-old fairly simply with little to no resistance. Yeah, I took a dark turn. No,
you spoke from experience.
No, there were things in there that just sort of, broke my innocence. Like I remember telling you earlier, the whole furnace in the basement.
I'm not afraid anymore.
Yeah, that shit frightened the fuck out of me. And
it was pretty creepy.
I'm from Indiana. We had a basement, and shit got real creepy after I saw that. I was like, is this not a safe space?
What would you rather have, an attic or a basement?
Basement.
Basement?
Attics just say, attics are definitely for serial killers or
I don't know.
Creepy ghosts. Basements, you set up a pool table, you get your TV. Basements are a lot different than they depict in the Midwest. Like that's a whole other section of your house. It's not just gonna be space for storage, a space you're gonna use. All right, so you make that shit comfortable.
Yeah, I guess a basement would be better because you could turn it into like a room or like some other like fun area of the house.
Like the basement I grew up in. My grandfather had a fully loaded bar down there, fireplace, TV.
See, that sounds amazing.
Bedroom and shit, bathroom, shower, like fridge. It was a whole comfy situation.
Like Foreman's basement?
Yeah, like it was just, just chill down there all the time.
Okay, yeah, I guess my perception's different because I never had a basement.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh man, basements are scary as hell. A lot of creepy shit goes on there. And then like attics are scary as well.
There are scary basements, but I feel like attics, you go in, you see some like mannequin without arms or some shit. And
some old photos of like families that weren't even
like
you.
1870 and shit. It's
dead
like,
bat.
What the fuck is going on in here?
And
then the door slams shut and you're stuck in there. And then it's a terrifying situation.
I think you just completely swayed my opinion on attics and basements.
Yeah, man. Basements, fireplace, attics, old dusty shit. Probably get asbestos and ghosts.
Yeah, but in the zombie thing, you would want to probably be in the attic though.
Maybe.
As demonstrated in Night of the Living Dead remake.
If I'm in the basement, then that gives me the possibility to tunnel out. See, it'd be slow, painstaking work. But
would you have enough time to dig out while the undead are like knocking on the door?
Oh, they're not. Are they? Why are they knocking on my door in the first place? Right
Because
off
they
the
smell
bat?
you. They know you're in there. They want to eat you.
They don't smell me. They smell. There's tons of people around. They're gonna distinguish my smells like. Shit, that smells like Kaleem. Jawar Nukar or Chakar Noir. I smell
Chakar Noir. Jordash.
I know that's sin anywhere. It's time for dinner, boys.
No, it's like a Night of the Living Dead situation.
Yeah.
So they would, I don't know. I think a basement would be a lot more scary to be in a zombie thing.
Oh, just board it up, man.
But here we are talking Christmas and zombies.
Christmas and zombies.
Where would you find that elsewhere? Nowhere, I assume.
That's gonna be a
God,
movie
no.
one day. I'm
Christmas and zombies.
Yeah, Christmas and zombies. I'm saying it first.
We
Before
got Dead
anybody
Snow,
else.
but that's not a Christmas movie.
Christmas and zombies. If there was cowboys and aliens, it's gonna be a fucking Christmas and zombies.
And there was a cowboy and zombies movie too, with fucking Chris Kattan,
Jesus Christ,
who does not look good. He comes to the store every now and then. I'm like, dude, you are dying.
Oh, that is.
Please get better.
Quite unfortunate.
So one of my favorite scenes is pretty much where Kevin goes to Buzz's room and like he knocks all this shit down because he's like, oh, I have this freedom, and he's doing all this stuff, and he knocks all this stuff. He's like, and he sees Buzz's girlfriend.
Yeah.
He says like the line like, Buzz, your girlfriend, woof. and then the spiders like walk. Yeah. So that was cool. And then the movie he watches, Angels of Filthy Souls.
Yeah.
I, like other people, thought that was a real movie. It wasn't.
It wasn't. I know.
It
It
wasn't.
was created just for that. Yeah.
Even fucking like Chris Evans thought it was a real movie too.
Yeah.
And
I used to as well. So this is just something I learned like within the last 5 years or so that was just a scene that they created. That was a whole little thing they created in the movie for the movie.
yeah. There was a part where like I was just a part of my life where I was looking for that movie like online. I'm like, where can I find the full movie? Where can I find the full movie? This is years ago, obviously, but. Yeah, and the way they did it was the way they back then they would light certain movies. It was there was carbon arc lighting where they would put like a piece of carbon like film into the lighting or something to give it like a more warmer but like richer like looking effect. So they used that, and when they did the black and white, it looked even more like one of the old movies because they used to do that type of lighting back then as well. So that's why I really like it looks like an older movie and fooled many people, myself included.
It did. Speaking of, do you think that pizza guy got fucking fired because he didn't get paid for that shit?
No, well, he got paid because they paid for the pizza, and then he got like a little bit of change left.
I could have sworn
he got paid the first time in the beginning.
Okay, yeah.
And then the second time where Kevin orders it by himself, he gets paid again. Then that's where he's like, "Oh, cheapskate! I'm gonna give you to the count of 10 to get your ugly, yellow, no good keys of my property before I pump your guts full of lead."
Well, then there's another thing. You would think that this dude thought he was getting shot at. He would report it to somebody. I mean, there was a pretty upscale suburban neighborhood
in Chicago.
Yeah, you would think the cops would show up eventually and be like, doing well.
On the ground!
Yeah, they see this fucking 8-year-old there. And he's like, thank God you guys are here. 2 adults are trying to break in here and, I don't know, molest me or rob me or I can't tell anymore.
Excuse me. But yeah, speaking of things that are like, or could be considered like plot holes or things, like you mentioned that you mentioned that they could have killed him. They could have came back with a gun, like a real gun.
That's game over. You can have all the paint cans and fucking hot doorknobs you want, but a pistol fucking takes care of all that issue.
You give up or you're thirsty. And that's it. End movie.
And all you do is have to cock it. Like if somebody was just gonna cock the gun, they don't even have to shoot him. Just cock it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's frightened because you're trained to be afraid of that noise once you fucking hear it.
Right, but that's not a family movie, unfortunately. Well, maybe for like my family.
Or, as I was also saying, fuck this house. I know they're out of town, but I'm sure there's some elderly people around. Go and rob the old people who have no fight left. Steal all their shit.
Right.
Why are you so focused?
Because they already
on this
lived their
kid?
life. They're fine.
Why are you so focused on this one kid? Plus,
this is a stubborn game.
Plus, if you got to break in and kill somebody, it's always better to kill an adult than it is a kid because they'll give you the fucking chair for that. So, this is criminal thoughts. I don't know. This is how I equate to this movie now.
This is fine. No, I love hearing about it. One of the plot holes I thought of, I don't know if it could be considered a plot hole, but so I used to work for a couple of airlines a few years ago, and when we would check in people, especially internationally, you have to verify their passports information when you check in at the counter. And I don't know how flying was in the early 90s, late 80s, but like when they showed up to the counter, they have to check in to get their ticket, their boarding pass. And so the gate or the counter agent should have been like, hey, there's a Kevin in your reservation who has not checked in. Like, where is he? Is he with you? And like right then and there, before they were like 30,000 feet in the air going to Paris, they would have found out that Kevin was home alone. So I'm assuming the gate agent or the counter agent just didn't give a fuck and like, oh, fuck, he's not here. I don't give a fuck. I want to go home anyway.
I mean, that's been universal for the last.
I'm guilty of that. I don't give a fuck. You're not here.
Since people have been working for airlines.
But they're still supposed to like ask though. And then so I'm not sure how it was back then. But for me, like reservations have been around forever.
Yeah.
So someone should have been like, there's a Kevin in your reservation. Where the hell is he? So like I said, either they just didn't give a fuck or, you know, traveling back then was not as strict as it was now. Obviously not, because this is, you know, pre 9/11 and shit like that.
Oh, yeah. No.
But
there were a lot less restrictions.
I guess, I don't know. If someone can answer that who flew in the late 80s, who flew to Paris, can let me know. Am I crazy? And they got to verify your passports as well.
Do you think our viewers are the type of viewers that fly to Paris?
No.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of flying to Paris, dude, what did Mr. McCallister do? He took a family of 15 for first class to Paris. That shit ain't
he was
cheap.
rich. Look at their house.
Yes, but what did he do?
Maybe he's a drug dealer. I don't know. He was rich. He was 80s rich. He was Trump rich in the 80s.
Yeah, so I don't think we'll ever get that answered. They just had a big house. But that house is actually, I don't know if it's still, I think it's still up, but I think you can like buy it. You can live there.
Oh, yeah.
In the McCallister house?
I'd be down to live there, honestly. Chicago.
I'm going to make that my new dream. I'm going to move to Chicago, eat some deep dish pizzas, and then fucking like buy that house.
Southern.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Chicago. Let's go take the L. But yeah, dude. So we have that, and I still resonate with this movie a lot. I watched a little bit of it like last night, and if it's on TV, I'm flipping the channels, I'm gonna watch it. It's one of those movies where like no matter where it's at.
You can always watch it on Disney Plus because it's
they just got on Disney Plus too now.
Year round now. Yeah,
it's true. But yeah, it's one of the greats. And
another thing I always thought like too, like, all right, say you're not on. If you're going international, I know they used to have phones on plays. I mean, it would cost like an arm and a leg. All right, but say you get to Paris, instead of just flying back, are you not close with any of your neighbors at all? Like, how long have you lived here? You built up this family?
Well, they tried calling the neighbors, but they weren't there.
Leave a message and keep calling. It takes much longer to get to Paris and then be like, oh shit, my child, and then get back from Paris.
But they were all traveling. Like they were all like I don't know if you remember in the beginning, the kid who was like bothering everyone while they were like trying to get in the van, and where they counted him instead of Kevin.
Yeah,
he was like, "Oh yeah, my family's going to Florida, blah blah blah," like being really annoying, all this shit.
Oh yeah, so, Christmas holidays.
So I think that was supposed to represent that everyone in that block is like leaving,
traveling,
and then even like Joe Pesci. He was
I know they're hitting up all the houses, but then why get fixated on this one, the specific one?
Maybe it was the biggest house.
I don't know. It was the biggest house with the most problems.
Because Joe Pesci went in there as the fake cop to like recon it a bit. So he got like a taste for it. And I guess he just had a feeling that there's going to be a lot of good stuff. And it's just an 8-year-old kid. And you can't go out like a no bitch to an 8-year-old kid. So it was more like a stubborn thing maybe.
They did go out like bitches though.
Well, they didn't know that. They didn't know that going in.
I mean, after the first 2, I give it 2 failed attempts, then it's done. That's it. It's like we're moving on. The cops are going to be here soon. What the fuck is happening?
I don't know. And then also one of the drafts of the movie was that Uncle Frank was going to be the villain who sent those two to kill Kevin.
Oh yeah, nobody liked that little shit.
Well, Uncle Frank or Kevin?
Uncle Frank.
Oh, no. Look what you did, you little jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like you can kind of see hints of it too, of like how he wanted like all the money for himself because
wanted to squeeze him out.
There's a part in the airplane where they're flying. He's like, "Is this real crystal? Steal it, steal it, steal it." So you kind of get shades of it too, and then you get shades of his hatred for Kevin too.
Uncle Frank was the broke relative.
Yeah, he was the mooch. Yeah. So if they like release a dark version of Home Alone, where like Uncle Frank being
Michael
the
Bay,
main
baby,
dude, he can do that. Yeah. So just one of the crazier things about like the movie's history and stuff. But nice. I still can't believe it's been 30 years.
It's fucking crazy. I mean, but it's been like one of those things that are so integral into our lives. Like, I mean, it's they've had references, especially to that whole aftershave scene where he screams. There's been references for that shit Up until just a little while ago, I mean, even like Simpsons,
Yeah, they
Family Guy,
did a
all
commercial with
sorts of
Macaulay
shit.
Culkin doing the same like thing. He was jumping
Yeah.
on the bed. They like recreated it for I think it was for some fucking commercial, but it's people like still talk about it. So it's definitely like earned its icon status.
Oh yeah, it has. It's the first time a little boy successfully fought off two grown adults, two grown men,
Yeah,
and fucking one lived to tell the tale. And at least in a show like or a movie.
it's true. So to this day, it still cracks me up that like Kevin was afraid of what's his name, Old Man Marley, who was
Old
like
Man Marley
doing
He
like
was
the
just
fucking
shoveling his walkway.
Yeah, putting salt in his thing and stuff.
But from what it seemed like, Old Man Marley was kind of keeping an eye on the situation. He was looking out for the block, but he didn't see these fucking two dudes trying to break into this kid's house for 3 days or 2 days or however many days it was.
Yeah, and it was fucking like because of his older brother, Buzz, who is the textbook way like an older sibling should be towards the younger ones. He's the ultimate asshole.
In the 90s, yeah. That was what we were all about, beating up our siblings.
Yeah, were you the youngest one?
Oh, I am the youngest one.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, I did. I got beat up.
I bullied my younger
brothers. The shit don't fly no more. Turn into an adult.
Let's see him try that. See him try that shit now. No, but yeah. So it was Buzz who was like, "Oh yeah, like they told a story, like it was like a neighborhood legend about him, all this stuff." But another thing, like it could have been this whole thing could have been like prevented as well. Like when Kevin sees him, Old Man Marley could have just said something like, "Is everything okay?"
Yeah, he was just staring him down like he was a fucking criminal walking by,
like multiple times.
Like you'd never seen a child in his life like, "Holy shit, what is that?" Don't move and it can't see you.
Yeah, and then like later on he goes to the church and like they have that heartfelt discussion about him and his son and how like Kevin helped him get reconnected with his son and all that stuff. So he's capable of speaking and like having like intellectual thoughts. Why if he would have just said something, like he would have like probably came in sooner than he did, like to beat up the wet bandits.
The wet bandits, yeah.
They're sticky in part
sticky,
two. Yeah. So I don't know, man. Old Man Marley, you deserve a lot better than that. Oh, and then part two, yeah, the fucking you okay?
I'm choking on my booze. This decade is trying to kill me. All right, okay, I'm good.
You good?
Yeah, what's up?
You want me to give you a con swab? Talking about my penis.
Oh yeah,
and then in part, all right. So and then in like part two, they had the creepy old pigeon lady.
Oh right, like something about the
turtle doves.
Something about the elderly in that part of Chicago, and they're just fucking weird.
He just hates old people. Yeah. Kevin's a dick.
Oh, I mean, he's a kid, so probably views old people as like strange in their fucking ways and everything. Yeah, there's no respect there.
Nah. Two turtle doves. Irish accent. Well, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. Unless you have anything else you want to add to it.
Michael Bay, if you're listening, if this reaches you,
he's 100% listening.
You need to tell Disney that you want to direct the next Home Alone, and you've got to Michael Boom Bay it up. All right, you know what we mean: explosions, heavy gunfire,
boobs,
titties, maybe some like I don't know. Maybe you can get like 2 black dudes to just be there and be like
for comedic relief.
No, like Bad Boys. You get the Bad Boys. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. What are they doing right now? They can be in it.
They just did one.
Yeah, I know they just did one, but what are they doing now?
I don't know, I think Will Smith is still recovering from the pain.
They're doing what's it called? Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reunion this Thursday.
They're doing a reunion and are they remaking it too? Aren't they?
Are they?
Aren't they?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll see.
It's not the same without Uncle Phil.
Oh, I know, right? R.I.P.
Well, as mentioned before, Home Alone has left a lasting impact on us and many people and kids of our generation, and it's going to keep doing that. And because it's like we mentioned before, one of the greats and one of our personal favorites. So let us have a drink for Home Alone. Happy 30th anniversary, you filthy animal.
You filthy animals.
Once again, this is Drink to a Decade. You can find us on all available podcast platforms, so, Stitcher and all that good stuff. You can follow me on Twitter at detective_Artie. And anything you want to plug in, sir?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Are you on Twitter?
Yeah, I am on Twitter now.
I got some following to do.
Reptar, I think. I don't know. You'll figure it out. I'm there. And You stay classy.
All right. Well, once again, I am Detective Artemis.
As always, it's me, Kay.
And we drink and we watch things. Till next time.
Sayonara. And then I'd fuck him up. Just beat him with all my man strength. He's got little boy strength. What's he gonna do?
Little boy strength. Wasn't the house on fire? No, it wasn't on fire. Yeah, they could just set the house on fire.
Yeah,
like,
I would
he gets out.
Yeah, just set it on fire. Comes out and then just what now? Bam! One punch. It's over. But I'd give him a few just to make sure. He's a crafty child. All right, he could be faking. He's Macaulay Culkin. We know he's a good actor.
Burn his ass out. Getting the old Freddy Krueger treatment. Were you recording that?